We've been lied to, my friend. The water we drink, the air we breathe, the food we lick. None of it is true. We don't know. It's very confusing. Trying to navigate our way through what's the healthiest diet. Vegan? Yeah. Fruit-based? Meat? Carne? Wow. Water has always been a debate. Spring water or distilled or other filtration systems. This is why I lean towards distilled forever. Is that light distracting? Oh boy, that's gonna get weird. This dead plant in the back wasn't given distilled water. Probably why he's dead and unhappy. So I've been researching water lately, and I've come to the conclusion that distilled is the purest form of water and best. I made a bunch of notes here. You can think you're all natural with your spring water. This is what humans would have done in nature. Is it? We will discover otherwise. First, we must discuss the inorganic versus organic minerals. I can't guarantee it, but inorganic minerals are like rocks, and apparently we do not digest them. You lick a rock, you don't get much from it. The water in spring is full of minerals because it's going over rock and pulling minerals from the rocks, and we had like no use for it. It does nothing but build up in our arteries. If you can conclude this, go look at your shower head. You notice how it gets clogged up. It's just water running through it. What's happening? Eventually it clogs. Mine's happening. Even though I have a shower filter, the minerals still come through. It clogs up the plastic holes. What do you think about your plastic holes in the heart? Yeah, didn't think of that, did you? Take a look at your drinking glass. I've been using a Berkey filter for a long time, and that filters out some poisons but leaves most of the minerals. And my glass, after a week or so, no, I don't wash it. I just keep refilling it, and then, okay, that's looking a little scuzzy. It's all white mineral deposits hardened. That's bad news for inside the body. You would think, oh, we just absorb it. No, it gets stuck. These minerals build up in the body, potentially causing things like arthritis, gray hair, penile failure, arthritic hip disease. That could have fell in with arthritis. There was no reason for a fourth category. As I've been researching distilled water, I seem to see a lot of testimonials of people drinking a gallon a day or more, that they just remove a bunch of terrible things in their body. They're not stiff anymore. I already feel my neck was so stiff, it's less stiff, somewhat less stiff, and I've barely even started the protocol. Point is, minerals are likely bad. Distilled water removes them from our body, the bad minerals, not the good ones. That's where we get into some controversy. Whenever you look up distilled water, it says it leaches minerals from your body. According to the good guys, it only leaches bad things. It's negatively charged, and all toxins are positively charged. Is that confirmed by Scientology? I'm not sure. But it makes sense. It latches on to terrible things, removes them from your body. No other substance can do that. Only distilled water, which also comes in the form of fruits and vegetables, same distilled, and your own waters of life. 3 sources. Fruit, veggies, that counts as 1. Distilled water, pee in your mouth, and you'll be fine. When it comes to spring water versus distilled, I know there's a whole hippie movement of people who go collect their own spring water and think, oh, this is so natural. This is the way we used to do it. Animals prefer rainwater, which is distilled. If it ever rains, there's dewy leaves. You can find squirrels up there licking the leaves all the time, instead of going down to the creek to drink the spring water, the healthier version. They always want the distilled purity. They know best. People who are advocates of spring water all have gray hair, every single one of them. Go look it up. There's a list. I found a list of everyone who's ever drunk spring water, gray as bats. Freaking bats with rabies. You know how I know distilled water is healthy? Just Google that sentence. Is distilled water healthy? Google will show you that it isn't. And that therefore proves that it is. because they lead you astray. You know what's fishy? I Googled that exact sentence. I come up across these 4 articles. I don't know who's writing these articles, but they're identical. All the top 4 articles say the same exact thing. Distilled water is safe, but you may think it tastes flat and bland. And every single article starts off with that same paragraph. You're not gonna like the taste, it's disgusting. And then they go into the same show notes. Oh, it leaches minerals from your body, makes you fart. I just find that so fishy. All the articles are saying identical. Like, just have one article if you're just gonna repeat it over and over again. You won't prefer the taste. How do you know? I like the taste, I prefer it. I prefer it. So here's why I bought a water distiller. I'll leave a link to the one I got. I think it's the best you can get for the price. Some are ridiculous. This one's fair. I will leave links. You will click them. I had a Berkey filter. I started doing some research. They remove fluoride with aluminum oxide. They say it's fine and it will just leave your body, but that's fishy business. I do not trust them. The only reason I got a Berkey filter was because that medical medium freak with his ghosts told me it was safe, and he lied like he always does. Mr. Virus Boy. He says viruses are the blame for everything. Notice how he disappeared when all this shit started happening? He's like, oh, I have no opinions on that. I don't think he mentioned it once. Scam boy. Yeah, mineral boy. So basically, distilled is the best way to purify disgusting water filled with fluoride, frickin' pharmaceutical meds, dangerous minerals, waste, chlorine. It gets rid of everything except volatile organic compounds, which evaporate. You would think it removes everything, but it doesn't actually. Some things evaporate with that steam and then get recondensed. So you do need a carbon filter, but those are cheap. Every distiller on earth has one built in. So like, you know that you have to do that. So distilled and then carbon filtered and you're good to go. Activated charcoal, coconut charcoal, if you got it. All I can say is I believe distilled water is healthy. I've seen way too many people say it is, and they get results. And people I trust are saying this stuff like, inorganic minerals, they're not good, we can't use them, they just build up in the body, they cause gray hair. I was getting a bunch of gray hairs in my beard. We'll see if I can reverse it. I'm curious. That's part of the experiment, see if this actually works. So not only am I excited about the potential health benefits of cleansing with distilled water, but it's also the best at removing waste for the cheapest. It just works. You boil water, you use tap water, it costs a bit of electricity. It ends up being very cheap and doable. It's just, you run it. There's like automatic ones that refill with your house, you and your fancy house. You don't know, I don't need a junior 1-bedroom apartment. I have a house. I have a basement where I can put it. Yeah. Point is, I'm all in on distilled water. I sold my Berkey filter. I got a distiller, got a big glass jug. Things are fantastic. Can't wait to drink right now. I make tea with it. If you don't have a distiller, just drink your own waters of the world, the mystery waters of life, and same effect. People who don't want to do that, just drink distilled water. Apparently it's like very similar benefits. A lot of us are doing unnecessary things right now, but whatever. We're desperate, and that's fine. So what do you think? Distilled or mineral dense, artery clogging, penile deflecting mineral water? I don't know about your choice right now, but I would just thumb the video up. You might be saved. Thumbs down. If you only drink water that you get from homeless people's change cups. Pouring water into their cup is not only rude, the quarter minerals that you get are likely contaminated. The viral particles alone probably could heal you, but that's not enough to compensate for the metals, is it? Yeah, and it's not really a sustainable path. What if you're thirsty in the middle of the night? You think you're going to find a homeless guy on the street to pour your water into his cup? Unlikely. Just distill your water. Affiliate links are down below if you need one. I'm going to go now. I had a light. Subscribe, by the way.